Why do you think he would lie about that?
He wasn't even there.
How do you know he wasn't there?
Because we walked as a group to my house. It was me, her sister, Victor, her, 2 little boys, and his cousins. And he was not there.
Well, you may not have seen him. But that doesn't necessarily mean because you weren't with his group. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a courtroom, okay? You may not have seen him, but that doesn't mean he wasn't there.
He, wet.
Well, that's his mom because he says that you haven't touched him. Is that right, Eddie?
Yes.
About. You have any witnesses?
Yes, I do.
Step up, please. State your name.
I was with them when we came back and we saw the car, and that's it.
How long were you with them?
I was with them the whole time. So the whole time we were outside in broad daylight.
Your Honor.
What time had you parked your car?
I parked my car, it was about 7, I'd say about 6:45, and I was leaving at 7:45 because I needed to go pick someone up from work.
Was it light or dark
It was
outside?
dark when I left. It was dark. I was there for about 45 minutes to an hour. It was completely dark.
She says it was dark.
It was broad daylight when we saw it.
My car was,
She must have not
Your
seen
Honor,
it.
Well, just a second. If you saw it in broad daylight and if something happened after that, then you're not...
Sorry.
Then you're not a witness. You were with them perhaps at a different time.
She was with us the whole day.
We were with them when
It
we
was
saw
dark
it.
when she had approached us about the car. It was dark when she came up to us and started calling us names. That's when the sun was going down, when it was dark.
You know who did this to her car?
This little boy is nothing to me.
He was coached. It was says on the police report that the little boy was coached with his cousin.
Where's that police report?
Your Honor, there was no police report taken at the time because his grandmother didn't want him being a witness because they were afraid, you know, they were going to start hitting on him. When I got there, it was dark. I wasn't there any earlier that day.
Okay, now what is this $2,000 damage for?
Well, what it is I've got the estimate. It's about almost $1,600.
How old is this car?
It's a 95, and the guy told me that they were going to need it for at least a week. Because
Well, from a week and a half, we went down to a week.
Well, a week and a half. I don't know exactly. That's what he told me was a week.
All right, it's $1,529 is the estimate that you got for painting this car. This court is charged with trying to evaluate the credibility of witnesses. And what we have to do when we're evaluating the credibility of witnesses, we have to look and see, one of the things we look to is to see whether the witnesses are related to each other, what motive they would have to lie. There is no question that her car was damaged. I see that here. There is no question that somebody other than she damaged the car. Somebody wrote these things, keyed her car. And I have what I believe a very credible witness who is not related to anyone who says that he saw you 2 ladies damage this car. Now, according to you, she doesn't like you because she's a racist. If that's true, that's despicable. That's not a... But you can't damage her car. So even according to you, she had a motive to doing that, even though the motive was terrible. It was a terrible motive because it was based upon race. The question is, do I believe that you 2 ladies did this damage? Do I believe this young man who's not related to you, or do I believe your sister? And, quite frankly, I believe him. So the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,529 for the damage to the car. That's all.